Hello guys, welcome back to another streaming movie review, and today we are reviewing the Disney Plus movie, The Greatest Hits. Yes, The Greatest Hits is a Disney Plus movie here in the UK, and it is actually a Hulu movie, I believe, in America. And they came out, both of them in April, and both of them, they're the same film, but you know what I mean, they came out in April, and here we go. So, directed by Ned Benson, Greatest Hits is basically like a love story with a little bit of psychological thrillery. I wouldn't say thriller, but like drama, psychological drama, I guess, in it. It is steered maybe towards more of a rom-com, but then it does have a little intertwining twist on the left-hand side. Now, I liked a lot of the plot, I liked a lot of what it was doing, and especially at the beginning of the film, and for me it did tail off towards the end, and it did start to get a bit what the hell's going on kind of vibes. But what basically this is about is you got basically two characters. You've got Harriet and David, and then Max as well. Now Max is played by David Cornsweet, who is the new Superman actually in the James Gunn movie, but Lucy Boynton is playing Harriet, and her and Max, so Harriet and Max were together, and the whole premise of the film is the greatest hits of her life with Max play on her mind. So when she's in like a public place and she hears a song, it takes her back to reliving that moment with Max. Now Max has actually passed away, so there's a bit of like, I guess, grief trauma there. So she's going to this like, circle thing, what they call support group things, and she actually meets David, who she actually really likes, but then struggles to open up. And I think that's where it kind of went wrong. The beginning of the film, before she met David, I thought was pretty decent, in the sense of she's getting transported back, and then she was thinking to herself, well, if I go back there, I could kind of warn myself and then change the future in a way. Which again, then it started getting really bizarre. It started getting like Back to the Future-y, and like if I do something here, then I can change the events here. The premise was really good. Like, it sounds really interesting in terms of different songs taking you back to that moment. And I think they should have kept that, but I don't think they should have done the whole, if I change this, then this means this can change in the future. I know it's hard to do that with time travel stuff, but that's where it lost me then, because I think it was really genuine at the one end, but then it really lost its, I guess, meaning and purpose in the other. But I gotta say, Lucy Boynton in this film was brilliant. I think she played this role really well, and handling the trauma and really selling her performance, which I think was really good and really honourable, really. The relationship between her and Max was definitely really believable in those like flashbacks or whatever you could call them. And then even her relationship with David, I guess, when like she realised she had to kind of move on and all that. But I just think, I really wish they just focused more on that aspect and kind of not forgot about it, but just kind of did a hard slash on it and just thought, right, we're not going to do too much time travel. I think that's where they lost it for me in the plot. Really cool concept. There's a lot of like vinyl records and stuff like that all about, which I'm a massive avid like vinyl collector and stuff. So, I've got a few here. It's all about vinyls and like playing certain vinyls, and so that was pretty cool to see. I really like getting into my vinyls and stuff like that. So really interesting. That was like, one of the main areas of how they were telling the story. She had like a pile of records, and she was kind of like playing a song and then sitting there listening to the album, and then once she tested, would go into like one pile, and then when one song would track her back, she would add it to a list. So she'd kind of keep track of all the songs that would trigger her, mental state or whatever. It is, like I say, more of a psychological aspect, not like a drama, but then a rom-com with the two men involved as well. So a lot of stuff going on, and I think that's what lost it for me. So I did give it a 2-star overall. I think it felt like a streaming movie. It felt like a really bad soap opera, if you will, with a really messed up plot that I think changed its entire direction into something that was really make-believe and fantasy-like, which it didn't need to be. I honestly feel like if they reined it in a little bit and then focused on the beginning of the film, which I thought was really, really good, like up there with like a great concept of this whole rom-com side of thing. I think if they focused on that and honed in on that and just did that, and then did that for the entirety of the film, in whatever shape, way or form, but I think if they just focused on that aspect, it might have then ended in a much better way for me and not lost it throughout the thing. I think it just lost its purpose, I guess. So yeah, I'd say this is a massive miss. I think this had potential for me to be like up there, like 3.5, 4-star, but I have to give it a 2-star because it just, as I say, derailed at the worst possible time. But, decent Disney film. I would highly recommend you watch it, but bear in mind, like for me, once I got like 50 minutes in, after that, I was done. 45, 50 minutes in, I was like, whoa, what's going on now? So bear that in mind. But great performance from Lucy Boynton and everyone else involved. So there it is, 2-star for The Greatest Hits. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more, and of course, do stay tuned tomorrow for the top movies of April. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Goodbye.